guys, in today's video I will show you how to fix two Pellenc batteries. So if you have a Pellenc battery that's not working, it's probably pretty easy to fix and parts are widely available. So if you need to purchase a BMS or cells, you can buy them. These batteries are from a local store that fixes Pellenc batteries, but they said that it would cost too much to fix them. So I was like, I can take them and see what's wrong with them. So if we look at the first one, it seems to have some charge. So it's a question what's wrong with this one. It looks good. It's a little bit scuffed up. And if we look at the second one, it also has some charge, but there was water dripping out of it. So it's probably water damaged. If I could guess, I would say that the cells are bad. So if that's the case, I'll just change them out for new cells. So we have two types of this battery. We have the black one, which is the oldest model, and we have the newer model, which is the orange one. But we also have the newest model, which has a different infrastructure. But this one works, and it's for another video. Also, this is a perfect project builder for those that want to build their own project, because these batteries actually doesn't use spot welding for the cells. They're only clamps that clamp the cells down, which is awesome and very easy to change the cells out. And after you've removed all the 10 screws along the case, you can split the battery in half, which exposes all the cells. So what I would do is measure each cell group with the multimeter. So this is cell 1, so you would measure positive and negative over here. Then you would jump over and measure all the cell groups. And in my case, I've already measured all the cell groups and they're at the same voltage. So it's either that the cells are very old and not holding charge, or it's something wrong with the BMS. That's why this battery was thrown away. So what I will do, I will split this battery in half, test the cells, a couple of them only, to see how much capacity there is left. And then if that doesn't work, I will change the BMS out, which I have a new one. So I start by removing the fuse first. So now after I've removed the BMS and removed all these screws around here, let's remove the top lid. And here we have all the cells that are exposed. So we'll test all of them and just inspect them for any wear and tear. And the same thing with this block. I can already see that there was some corrosion over here, but we just need to clean that off. You can see the cells over here. They are corroded, so I'm not going to be using these cells in any other projects. But you can see something like this. This cell is still looking good. Just need to test the capacity and just clean everything up so it looks brand new. Now I've taken all the cells out from the casing, and what we are basically doing right now is some visual inspection. So visual inspection on all the cell tabs, which one of them were corroded, so we'll try to remove that. And then we need to do a visual inspection on all the cells if we still want to use them in different projects. So what I would recommend is to take all the cells that are corroded or damaged in some way, fully discharge them, and then throw them away. Because as you can see over here, it's corroded, which can cause a short circuit and make the battery caught on fire. So we'll try to find good cells. Something like this still works. And if you have a cell tester to see the capacity of the battery, you can cell test all of them, then put them in different projects. If you want to do this, just keep in mind that you're not going to have any warranty left on the battery. Still, if the battery is this old and gets broken down, you're still not going to have warranty. And it's at your own risk. If you put the cells in the wrong order, everything can caught on fire. So I'll try to show you how to do it the proper way. And I don't want to be responsible if someone gets hurt or something gets damaged. From all these cells, I decided that these ones were the ones that not gonna go into next projects, because they are very corroded and can potentially caught fire. After I cleaned all the mess up, I'll put some new cells in here. And I'll put the old BMS on and try to charge it and use it with all the different tools this battery was made for. In my case, I'm not gonna bother to try to reuse the old cells, so I just ordered new cells. These are salvage cells, but they're still gonna be in good condition. So we'll put all of them in, close it up, and see if the BMS works. And yes, I did salvage these cells, so they're actually from the same battery pack as this ones, but they are from a newer one. So they're the exact same cells, and all these cells are still above 90% of their capacity. So I'll put them all in and we'll see how it goes. So this is one of the more intense parts of the build, and that's to put all the cells in the correct order. So we have the negative, which is the 0 volt over here, and we have the positive, which is 44 volts over here, which means that this bar is the positive one. And that leads to that this top is positive and this is negative. So in this order, we have all the positives. So all the cells need to be arranged something like this, all across. Then the next group will be the opposite, so the negative, because the current is going to flow like this through all these cell tabs. So let me show you when it's finished. Now all the cells are in the correct order, and now you just have to look at your battery and see if it's at the same order. And it's also really important to see if these cell tabs that are sticking out here for the BMS leads are at the same side as the ones on the other side, because sometimes you can put this lead the wrong way, which will not work. And also the positive should be near the bottom of the battery, so that's really important to know. And the batteries cannot be the opposite way. I'm just telling you guys again, if it's something like this, that's not going to work. It's going to short circuit the battery when you put the lid on. So just make sure that all the batteries have the same positive and negative along the whole battery. If you're doing this at home, your batteries should look exactly like this. And in my case, when I'm screwing the lid down, I like to go through the middle screws first and then work my way outwards, just so you get even pressure and don't get any creaks inside these cell tabs. Here I did the same procedure for the second battery, and this is a little bit newer. It got different cells compared to the first one we opened, and the BMS is also a little bit different. But when I'm measuring the cells, they're all at the same voltage, and they're in between the voltage range. So it's very weird that this battery does not work. I will try to charge it up and see why it's not working properly. And that might be that the BMS is wrong, so I will just change that out, and then the battery might work as it's supposed to. So let's troubleshoot it. So before I close this battery up, I will show you that it actually works. And it's very weird, because after I changed the cells, I fully charged the battery, almost. No problem while charging. And the weird thing is that it works while discharging now. So I actually don't know what was wrong with it. It couldn't be the cells because they still had pretty good capacity left. And it maybe was only the BMS that had to get restarted. So let me plug in a leaf blower to show you guys that it works. So we turn it on. We have the beep. And it's working with no problem, which is really weird. So if some engineers are watching this video, please explain this to me. Why are these batteries just not working, and then when you restart them, they're working again? Thank you so much for watching to the end, and go and check out the next video where I show you how to properly change out the cells in a Pellenc battery.